The Americans with Disabilities Act was signed into law on July 26, 1990, by then-President George H.W. Bush. Almost overnight, it changed not only the legal U.S. landscape in regards to the rights of people with disabilities, but it also helped change the American mindset about people's abilities and disabilities. When it comes to individuals, when does an ability become a disability, and vice versa? Well, our Education Report guests have professional opinions on the subject. They are Belinda Bachrath, Southwest Area Manager for Capabilities, Inc., and Justin Blumhorst, Business Development Specialist with Capabilities. And welcome, Belinda and Justin, to the Education Report.
Great. Thank you for having us today.
Justin, let's start to talk a little bit about the history of the organization, Capabilities, Inc.
Yes, Capabilities was founded in 1997 in St. Mary's, Ohio, a small town, but we started out of my parents' bedroom, actually. And basically it started because she was a teacher for people with multiple disabilities, and she saw companies coming out and giving vocational services to her students. And she just thought, I really think I could do a better job than what they're doing. And so she saw this, and her husband kind of said, hey, well, go out there and do it. Let's see what you can do. So it kind of started, and started in their bedroom, and here now we're a few years down the road, and I had to get an office, and now we got multiple offices across the state, and just really been quite a blessing to get where we are today.
Initially, though, your mother, was that what you're talking about? Yes. Had no special skills or training in this area?
No, well, she did have a master's education in special education.
Well, that's pretty good education.
Yes, yeah. So she's got that, and but yeah, she was working with people, and actually, people were bringing people to her class because she was such a specialist with getting people with autism or people with multiple disabilities of how to integrate into the community. So we thought we need to take that and get it into the workforce now too.
And now you have locations where?
We have locations in Dayton, Toledo, and St. Mary's, and Findlay, of course, too. Our first office, actually.
All right, kind of a cluster along I-75 there a little bit, and then adding St. Mary's as well. What is the overall then mission for Capabilities?
Yes, our mission is to help people achieve their goals. So because we originally were only vocationally based, but now that we've started a few day habilitation programs, what we do now also is helping people just achieve their goals. So one of our day habilitation programs focuses just on healthy living goals, and the other one focuses on technology goals of how people can use technology in their everyday life to better themselves.
And then how many employees would there be as part of your organization?
Yes, we've got about 80 employees.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's grown quite a bit from the one or two that we originally had. So it's been just wonderful that we can help all the people out there get and achieve their goals.
And then recently, in the Dayton, Ohio area, you relocated.
Yes. We were located in a hospital building, and we came across another building that is a good fit for us, and we needed a little more space in this building. Because we wanted to start this new day habilitation program called the Capability Social Club, and that's where we focus on teaching people technology. So with this new space, we're able to open this and really kind of try a new, to get to a different market out there.
And the Capabilities Dayton location is located along a heavily trafficked Woodman Avenue?
Oh, yes. Yep. Yeah. So we do have fun pulling out our big vans to help transport people back and forth to our program. But yeah, it is a heavily traveled road. And
so the address is?
Yes, it's 1343 Woodman Drive.
And it's not too far then. It's just a little bit south then of Route 35.
Yes, yeah. If you come off there, there's a Bob Evans right there, then we're a couple buildings down. So
yeah, well, good. And then within that facility, what are some of the programs then that would be within that facility?
Well, yes. Really, a lot of our business comes from our job development services and other services that we perform for the RSC. And
RSC being?
Yes, the RSC is the Rehabilitation Services Commission, and they have two branches under them called the BVR, which is the Bureau of Vocational Rehabilitation, and the BSVI, which is the Bureau of Services for the Visually Impaired. So they serve anyone with a disability who's looking to get back in employment in Ohio.
Okay, so it's basically those are two state agency programs?
Yes.
Yes, our funding comes from the state agencies. A lot of the individuals that we work with are either through Bureau of Workers' Compensation or through the Bureau of Rehabilitation Services Commission.
Now, would it be fair to say then, primarily, Belinda, that you work primarily then with adults?
Yes, we do, but we do work with transition age individuals. We have 2 projects, Search, which those programs, both of them are located in hospitals. One's at Upper Valley Medical Center and one's at Grandview Medical Center. And we have individuals, they're students, they're transition students that have not taken their diploma yet. And they're it's kind of a work-study program where they go out into the hospital, they learn different skills, they do rotations for 6 weeks. Let's say for 6 weeks they may be in the emergency room department, doing a task there. And then 6 weeks later they might be in the security department where, they're doing dispatching of cars or, whatever needs done. So every 6 weeks they rotate and they can get job skills so that they can carry those job skills on after graduation and use those skills to help them find a permanent job, which is our ultimate goal.
It sounds like your clientele basically is, 18 years of age and older? Or what?
About 16 to, we've actually had individuals work with us that are like well above retirement age. Maybe when they were younger, they didn't have a whole lot of Social Security paid in, so now they don't have a lot of funds coming in, and they really need some kind of funds coming in, in order to survive. So they're out there looking for jobs, and they have a disability. So they were referred to us from the Bureau of Vocational Rehab, and those individuals come to us, and we help them find permanent employment. That's the ultimate goal, though, is we want them to find permanent employment so that, they become taxpayers, and then they help the next individual coming along.
Well, you sort of got to my next question. What is the primary source of your clients? Folks calling up, parents calling up, or in this case, being referrals from state agencies?
Ours is referrals from state agencies. Workers' compensation does about probably 10%, I'm guessing, of our business. And then probably the other 90%, and this is on the capabilities employment side, not in kind of the country clubs and the social club sides, the DAHAB sides. The employment side, then, the Rehabilitation Services Commission and Bureau of Workers' Comp is primarily where we get our funding from.
Now, you both have referred to kind of a DAHAB. I'm not sure exactly. That's it's a word that you've kind of coddled together there.
Yes. Well, that's a term for adult daycare is another way to put it, but it's not really adult daycare. It's more programming for them usually people are developmentally disabled. Instead of going, if they can't go to a work site, they can do a rehabilitation program like this to actually get out in the community and kind of get some social goals done, kind of integrate themselves so they don't feel isolated.